Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Good morning. It is Friday, June 15th, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Yes, day 2 of early voting is upon us. Polls are open from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Here in Annapolis, you will want to go to the Pip Moyer Rec Center. And I do want to correct something that I said yesterday, and I learned that that was not the case last night when I went to vote. Despite the judicial races being nonpartisan, independent voters are not allowed to vote for nonpartisan judicial candidates for some reason. However, independent candidates are allowed to vote for nonpartisan school board candidates, and those are only happening in select districts. We do apologize for the error, but for you independents and non-major party people, you'll have to wait until November. Nicholas Edward Bukowski was indicted yesterday in U.S. District Court on 5 counts of making threats and threatening to assault and murder a U.S. official. He faces 5 years in prison for sending threatening messages to U.S. Senators Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris. His vehicle of choice is Instagram, and to Senator Sanders he said, "Senator, I would watch your back as you're out today. You wouldn't want to be caught off guard when I use my Second Amendment protected firearm to rid the world of you, you stupid, crazy old fool." And about 2 minutes later, he also sent one to Senator Kamala Harris's office, which read, "You effing B. I'm going to make sure you and your radical lefty friends never get back in power. You will never run for president because you won't make it to see that day." Now, if the name Nicholas Edward Bukowski sounds familiar to you, it should. Last month, Anne Arundel County fire and explosive investigators charged him with a string of arsons in the Crofton area, and he has been held in the Anne Arundel County Jail on Jennifer Road ever since that arrest last month. The Anne Arundel County Council yesterday adopted a $1.59 billion budget. This next budget invests heavily in education, with $686 million heading to the schools. $21.2 million of that is for 2 educators' step pay increase, adding 130 educators. And School Superintendent George Arlotto issued a statement yesterday afternoon saying the supplemental operating and capital budget appropriations by the county executive and the Herculean efforts of the county council have resulted in our students and our school system being in a much better place heading into the next academic year. Additional priorities of this budget is protecting the public. The police department will see a 15% increase in compensation over a 2-year period. They will add 20 new officers as well as 10 new school resource officers. Roads and highways are also another big part of the budget, with $30 million to increase road maintenance and funding. Notably, they're going to take care of several choke points throughout the county: Catherine Avenue in Pasadena, Brockbridge Road at 198 near Fort Meade, and 214 in Lock Haven in Edgewater. Over across the county line in Prince George's County, more controversy over outgoing schools CEO Kevin Maxwell, who was a former Anne Arundel County schools superintendent. In a letter to the county executive, Rushern Baker, who is running for governor, 3 of the school board members said they fear that the outgoing chief executive officer will be getting a massive payout. In the letter, they asked Baker to oppose any effort to offer him a severance payment. And back on May 1st, Maxwell announced that he was, quote, transitioning from the county in the wake of a number of scandals, including the discovery of unauthorized raises to staff members, a hidden camera found in the school's administrative offices, charges of grade manipulation, and pressure on administrators to hit graduation goals. The letter stated that under Maxwell's contract, there is no requirement to provide a severance payment of any kind, and in response, County Executive Baker said that's going to be between the school board and Dr. Maxwell. Jill Kamenetz, the widow of former Baltimore County executive and former gubernatorial candidate Kevin Kamenetz, announced what was going to happen with his $1.36 million war chest. In a statement yesterday, she said, "Our family, along with those who knew and loved Kevin, continue to grieve his loss, but are confident that these funds will build upon his legacy and provide significant support to organizations that Kevin thought so highly of and worked so hard to promote." According to the Maryland State Constitution and election laws, in instances like this, The funds can be distributed to nonprofits. The bulk of it, $915,000, is going to go to Central Scholarship to support a new college scholarship fund for Baltimore County public school students. Northwest Hospital will get $250,000 to establish a cardiac care program. The Maryland Zoo, as well as the Hippodrome, will each receive $100,000. Nice use of political funds, if you ask me. There's been a little bit of a social media dust-up lately between Nike and a little sub-brand of Nike called Undefeated over a seal. Not a Navy SEAL. Well, maybe the Navy SEAL. The seal, or the crest, of the United States Naval Academy seems to have been appropriated by Nike/Undefeated in a new uniform. They changed the words up a little bit. They got rid of a boat in the center of the seal, replaced it with 5 hash marks, and replaced the trident at the top with a trophy, but it is eerily similar. If you check out Undefeated's Twitter account, it's pretty funny. The Naval Academy graduates weren't standing for the misappropriation of their crest. And in an official statement late yesterday afternoon, the U.S. Naval Academy said, "The similarities of the Nike/Undefeated logo released this week and the USNA crest are undeniable, and we believe their logo is clearly an infringement under trademark law. USNA is working with the Navy leadership to order Nike/Undefeated to cease and desist their use of the logo." So Navy's bringing out the big guns against Nike. Nike used to supply Navy athletics with all of their uniform stuff, but that was replaced several years ago by Under Armour. I guess the battle does continue. That's about it for the top news today. Make sure you're checking in on Eye on Annapolis throughout the day because we do update that pretty consistently. It is Friday. Hang tight. We do have our list of things to do for the weekend. And remember, it is Father's Day, so go out and get your dad a gift. And, of course, we have George Young with your local weather forecast.
Hi, I'm Anne Arundel County State's Attorney Wes Adams. The heroin and opioid epidemic has touched every family, including mine. That's why I've teamed up with our county executive, Steve Shue, to do something about it. We must stop the cycle of addiction at its source. Go to denialisdeadly.org right now or attend one of our Not My Child presentations occurring all around the county. You could save a life.
This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, June 15th. So here we are, day 2 of a 5-day run of sweet, much-deserved, long-awaited nice weather, and so far so good. And the details remain the same looking ahead. Sunny and 80 to 85 today, sunny and 82 to 87 Saturday, and then sunny and 85 to 90 plus on Sunday for Father's Day. High pressure is our friend, and the clear skies ahead are proof, so make your plans now to get out and about today through Sunday and plan on having a great, albeit slightly hot day Sunday to celebrate fathers past and present in Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County and beyond as we kick off summertime once and for all. Okay, that's it for us today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great weekend out there, and be sure to follow us anywhere, anytime on our website at dmvweather.com or on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on our app, which you can download for free by searching for DC MDVA Weather in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. But always remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Do you know what your teens are doing this summer? Don't be afraid to ask. The most recent Maryland Safe and Supportive School Survey shows 3/4 of Annapolis high school students say it was fairly or very easy for students in their grade to get alcohol. Underage and binge drinking is very real in Annapolis. If you give them access to alcohol, you're not cool, but you are liable for the outcome. Create a safe environment for your teens and their friends this summer. If they need to talk, listen. If you need to talk, we'll listen. We're here for you and your children. We're ASAP, Annapolis Substance Abuse Prevention. ASAP facilitates healthy community change, prevents and reduces binge drinking, underage drinking, and alcohol-related auto crashes among youth and young adults through locally led collaborations and evidence-based prevention strategies. Visit us at preventsubstanceabuse.org. This message is supported by SAMHSA and the Maryland Behavioral Health Administration.
Need to make plans for the weekend? We got you covered. Here are our top picks. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for the events newsletter with a listing of all the upcoming area events.
Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
It is the weekend, it is Annapolis, and there is always a lot of things to do. This weekend, it's all on Friday and Saturday because Sunday is Father's Day and you should be spending that with your dad if he is still around. Tonight at 7 o'clock, City Dock Tango, and this is presented by the Annapolis Recreation and Parks Department. The event starts at 7 p.m. at Susan Campbell Park, right down there on the Annapolis Harbor. And City Dock Tango is a monthly milonga, which is an Argentinian-type tango, and they do encourage audience participation. You can learn a little bit of tango, and it's just one of many cultural things that happen around the city throughout the summer out in the nice weather. Looking to tomorrow and Saturday, Corvettes on the Bay. It is a fun show down at City Dock as well. Since 2011, this Corvette-only event has been held with much success. It is free to attend. It is also a fundraiser for the Arc of Central Chesapeake region, and you can expect to see probably 70 to 90 Corvettes ranging from the original ones to the ones that probably just came off the line a couple days ago. Just a little bit up the creek, you can celebrate summer on Saturday and all things rosé at Drink Pink on the Creek. The gardens of the historic Charles Carroll House will be transformed into a rosé picnic party for the summer. The afternoon will feature a lawn party to remember, filled with pink sips, lawn games, great music and dancing, and delicious food. They ask you to dress to impress, and a portion of the proceeds will go to benefit the Foundation for Community Betterment. A little bit out of town, out in D.C., the D.C. Jazz Fest at the Wharf is on Saturday from 10:30 a.m. through the end. D.C. Jazz Fest is at the Wharf this year, which is a brand new, wonderful, repurposed area right down on the water. And for more than a decade, the D.C. Jazz Fest has enriched and educated the D.C. community about the whole genre. It is pet and family friendly. There will be more than 20 acts, so you can get out there, hear local and international jazz musicians grooving, improvising, and just generally blowing the crowd away. And if I could be everywhere, those are my picks for the weekend. I hope you do check out some of them. I hope you have a good weekend, and if you are out, make sure you are safe. We will see you on Monday. And to the dads out there, happy Father's Day.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.